Let's start. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Ankur. I am representing Postal Fund, India's only fund which is dedicated to student entrepreneurs. Our mission is to inculcate the culture of entrepreneurship uh, with a vision that students should consider entrepreneurship as a first career choice. This is our first episode of Country Liquor to Classes Champagne series, and we have two great guests. One of them is Shraddha Sharma, CEO and founder of Your Story. She does not need any introduction. All of us know her very well. We are really proud of her. We really follow her. She's a dear friend, and I'm so grateful that when I started Hostel Fund, she was the first person whom I reached out and I requested her to advise us, and she rightfully said yes. We are ready to do everything for students, and she has always been there since 2009. That's the time when I started. I was in a college, so this is my passion, and I'm really thankful to you, Shraddha. You truly are, as I said in my LinkedIn post, Shah Rukh Khan of Indian startup ecosystem, or even bigger than that. So welcome, Shraddha.
बस चढ़ गई मैं पैर पे. Thank you, Ankur. Uh, Such a kind and such an exaggerated welcome, but I'm very proud of what you are doing and happy to be a part of this conversation.
Thank you. And our second guest is Kunal. Kunal is a 16-year-old guy. I can call him guy because when I called him 7 days to invite him for this session, I can't tell you that I was so moved with his confidence, energy, knowledge that we ended up speaking for more than 90 minutes, and we talked about various topics and subjects. Okay, so welcome, Kunal. There are a lot of students who really want to know about how you are building up your three startups as well. You're studying. I'll get back to you before I start with Shraddha. Shraddha, my first question, and this is a lot of questions also have been asked by our attendees also. Today in 2020, when you look back and when you realize way back when you were in your college or you just started your career, have you ever realized that you will reach to this level where you are, where you have millions and millions of followers? And what are the things which you did right, which can help us and all of these young people to inculcate, or to become a successful entrepreneur like you?
Thank you, Ankur. First of all, congratulations on Hostel Fund. And I really hope that this becomes very successful because I know how crazy you have been about this idea for a very, very long time. And so good to be now part of this. To answer your question, did I know where I will be? So I would say not just me, but anyone, if they say that they know where they will be 10 years, 12 years, the line, they're bullshitting. And that's a very big BS, right? So we should even believe when people say we can all plan, we can all pray, we can all work hard, we can hope, but where will we be in spite and despite of all that? None of us knows. So yes, I didn't know. In fact, when I started Your Story in 2008, I didn't even know that I'm going to be running it for 1 year. Now it's 12 years, right? So but there was a sense, there's a sense we all have about our life. There's a sense that okay, this will be good and there will be something happening. So yeah, I had a sense, but I of course didn't know where it will be, which direction it will go. But I'm happy about that because I if I had thought that it will be big and it will have so many people and it following, and this is the impact it will have, all those things, then I think at that stage it would have overwhelmed me. Dreams are very good to have, but I think what has been most outstanding about this last 12 years, and if I can say one thing, and it just comes with age and time and experience and doing the same thing again and again, is i have enjoyed the I have enjoyed the flow. I have enjoyed the process. So, and it's not that all the time I enjoyed the flow or process. You know how messed up, how crazy I go, how mad I become, and like but the world is ending every day. But the beauty I've realized in the last 12 years, in a day, if I'm very frustrated, tired, you were speaking to me how exhausted I was few days back, is if I'm tired, I'm exhausted, then I see in my 24 hours what's my bad downtime and what's my uptime. So in 12 years, I think my uptime every day, has been very, very high. And I've enjoyed the ride. They say, no, the ride is like when you are in a, I have never been on a Harley Davidson, but I've always been on a Royal Enfield and all these bikes and behind, not even driving. But when you are on a ride on a highway, the air that comes, the breeze that comes, you enjoy that, right? Of course, speed breakers come and then you're like, suddenly, what happened? But I think for me, the ride has been fun, and that's why I'm continuing to do it. So if I have to tell people, figure out things and figure out things by figuring out what you don't like, but what is it in a day you would like doing most? And most of us, when we are young, we like wasting our time the most, but find out things where you enjoy wasting your time the most, and say that in 24 hours, did I have 12 hours, first 8 hours, then 10 hours, then 12 hours, then 14 hours, where I had great time, and the mess, depressed, psycho time kept on reducing, right? And then if you do that, I think magic lies there, and happiness lies there, and success lies there. And I think, yeah, 12 years, I'm enjoying the ride, and I want to continue the ride for the next 12 years. I'm happy, no regrets. So,
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. On this, but I am sure you must have uh, got the defeats a lot of time, or you must have failed a lot of times. And one thing, when I'm interacting with student entrepreneurs and all the mentors also, one thing which I'm realizing, that everyone is saying that it's very difficult for the young guys to be consistent all over the time. So how do you overcome that failure and be always there doing and moving forward? What drives you?
what drives me is it's such a great question, no? Because I love asking that question to people. What drives you? Drives in different points of time changes, no? Like when I started, to be honest, the only thing driving me, there were one or two things driving me. That time I knew I don't want to do a 9 to 5 job. I don't believe in corporate jobs. I don't believe in routine. I don't believe that you have to wake up and go to a job at this time and come back at this time. I think creativity flows at any given time. And why should you restrict yourself to this regimented industrial revolution era? Why we work the way we work in office timings? Because it was decided during industrial revolution times, when the train started working and people started going to factory. So why should I be regimented and my creativity to this 9 to 6? I knew I didn't want to do that. So that was the drive. I don't want bosses. I don't want torture. I don't want trauma. And I don't want second thing, I thought I love people. I love telling stories, and I love underdogs, people whose stories, but people who can't express themselves. I fall in love with people who need help to articulate themselves better, to do well. And I think it's a very selfish process for me, because the more I help people, the more very selfishly happy I feel. So these were the drives when I started. Then once you are slightly more in your journey, then you think, oh, अच्छा business बनाया या नहीं, profitable बनाया नहीं, अच्छा ये भी कर सकते हैं. So drives keeps on changing, but at the core of it, if you ask me, I think I'm a very happy person, because life has been very hard for me. My personal story through my childhood. It has been very uneasy life. So I have somehow lived in my own dreamland, in my own mind. I live in my mind is such a messy mind, which really wants to have happiness, enjoys happy moments. And I think I feel very happy when I make other people, help other people. And that's for purely my happiness. I think I have been driven to do what I have. Otherwise, it's so hard. The space I'm in, digital media, कोई समझता भी नहीं था. 2008 से तो मतलब होता था ये स्टोरी मैडम अब करती क्या है? स्टोरी सुनाती है, रात में सुनाती है, दिन में सुनाती है, करती क्या है? So it has been a long, funny, hard, very humiliating journey, and I think the more I fell, the more I got humiliated, the more I was judged, the more everyone told me, and for years people said, ये क्या कर रहे, नहीं चलेगा, ये मतलब कोई देखता ही था, जैसे मेरे चेहरे पे लिखता था, नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा, नहीं होगा, ये क्या idea है, मतलब it's so, like today people say, oh, storytelling and blah blah and startups and ये सब words, मतलब वो तुम्हें पता है, me, like it was ridiculous, and there was देख के सोचते थे कि ये है क्या और करके, but it has been a humiliating, hard, very tough, very lonely journey. But as I said, the underlying thing, the drives keeps on changing. But for me, I wanted to have a very happy life. And I knew that my happiness, by trial and error, I figured out very selfishly, comes when I'm able to add meaning, add value to someone else's life. And for my own selfishness, I started helping people, telling their stories, helping them in different ways. And I think it has been a very blessed ride for the last 12 years. So that's been my drive.
Awesome, awesome. Kunal. So I'll also ask you these two questions. What drives you? At 16 itself, you're also finding it enjoyable to run 3 startups. Tell us briefly about when did you start? What are these 3 startups? It's people really want to know.
So ideally, I feel the greatest motivation of all times is just knowing that it is possible. And the moment you realize that it is possible, you somehow come up with the enthusiasm that if you don't do it, it's going to happen. And that's the point. Just knowing that something can be made, or some change can be created, is enough to often get you started. So I think that's been a very like Shraddha said, the drive keeps changing, but I think that's been the initial, and it keeps coming back. Just knowing that something new, creating something that might change a few lives or make something better for somebody is possible, is enough to take you to the next step. And then of course curiosity has been one of the biggest things for me. So even with CaseStar, multiple points, just realizing that okay, why? Because I feel our industry today has a lot of norms which it has undertaken from the industrial revolution, and it's stood above those, as in people wouldn't question every single thing. And that's why they very often, even in company culture for that matter, we've tried building up an entrepreneuring culture, trying to promote all interns and all employees to go ahead and at some point even maybe start their own venture, if not as an entrepreneur, start something within. And I think that the fact that if anything is possible and changing the given norms, because I remember when I started, there was so much noise from the society in terms of, dude, you need to study. And I remember incidents where it came to a point that I should have been locked up in my room, and my parents were my greatest supports and still are. But the society noise was that I should be locked up in my room with books, and that's all that should be there. But fighting out of that, coming out of that to realize that it's possible to change the world, and no one's ever too small. And that's where I try promoting the same thing. And that is another thing with company culture. We read so much, but still we end up falling for some or the other given norms. So something I've seen more recently, people are trying to either be Elon Musk or Larry Page when they're building a culture. So they're either trying to be very tough on their employees, or they're trying to be very kind, and they get the formula wrong instead of finding something that works for them, that connects to their values. So I think that curiosity of questioning all the norms and figuring out what really works for me rather than what is supposed to work for everyone was one of the biggest things that drove me.
So when did you start your first company? At what age?
So the first one was more of a freelance. I think I used that a lot as a tagline of started first company then, but it was more of a freelance work. It was just this another thing. I realized that I can make websites, and realizing that it's not too difficult to do something so cool. Just think up of something, and then next moment it's there on the internet. Anyone, anywhere in the world can just click on a button and it'll be with them. And I think realizing that, I started a little freelance work, very minimum. And I think that was what got me a first check. And then I think, that was my first company. It was more of a freelance work. When I was 12, I came up with the idea of CaseStar. I remember running up to mom and jumping that this is something I want to do. And then I think I was up for 2 months I think every night just coding and trying to create the first prototype, create the MVP, and then just putting it out there, and then seeing people actually, like, I remember the first 5 stores and the first 5 sellers who we were into weed, and it was me. So who I onboarded on CaseStar, it was phenomenal to see that part. So CaseStar ideally was my first proper venture.
Great. So Shraddha, I tell me, you don't come from a tech background, and in today's world where it is all digital, all techie, which is largely scalable. So what do you think? How did you get your first team, or how did you get to start? And what are the things which young entrepreneurs or the young students look for? How can they build their team if they don't know the technology?
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. मतलब skill set I feel can be acquired. Any skill set. मतलब हम human beings हैं. We will survive coronavirus also. So हम सबसे बड़े वायरस से हम survive कर लेंगे. मतलब of course we have an innate ability to survive things if we have the madness to go after. So I don't think so you should feel that अरे मुझे tech नहीं आता है, मुझे ये नहीं आता है, मुझे वो नहीं आता है. Because जो नहीं आता है वो realize करना. The best beauty is to realize that मुझे नहीं आता है. So once you know that nahi aata hai, so that's good enough. And then go and find people with that skill set. That I'm good in this, and then you are good in this. Let's partner. And I think magic, maturity, being confidence. The confidence which is starting. Like we were saying, right? I can't be a corporate, big multinational company CEO. मैं एक cool, funky, मैजिकल इम्पैक्टफुल स्टार्टअप ही कंपनी की सीईओ हो सकती हूँ. मैं नहीं हूँ वो, मैं ये हूँ. एंड दैट फर्स्ट गेट दैट रियलाइजेशन, डू अ स्वॉट एनालिसिस, स्ट्रेंथ, वीकनेस, अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड थ्रेट अबाउट योर ओन सेल्फ. And that's a lifelong journey because your strengths will keep on increasing, your weaknesses might keep on changing, threats to your own self might be so different. So that is very, very important as a student, as a person. Ki likh lo, or on your computer, type it. What's my strength? What's my weakness? What's my opportunity? What's my threat? Then they say, this is my strength. Feel very confident and proud of your strength. And then just go and find people who make up your weakness, right? And that is, and आज की date में it's impossible if you're saying that अरे मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है, वो impossible है. मतलब आज we are so connected. Twitter पे spam करो, LinkedIn पे spam करो, go and meet people, chase them, be ashamed. And I like that, Ankur, about you. You are a very big chaser. जो chaser है उसको भगवान भी मिल जाते हैं. I really believe that. Like हमारे में ego आने लगता है. You know, as we grow, then we get ego. मैं क्यों 100 बार कॉल करूं, मैं क्यों मैसेज बार करूं, क्यों मैं ईमेल करूं, वो तो रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहा है या कर दिया. So first, do your analysis, find your strength, what's your weakness, find the other person, be very shameless, be extremely humble. Humility. This journey is about humility with a capital H. मतलब life सिखा देगा नहीं तो humility with time. The thing is, be humble, go and chase people, go and find people who fill your gaps, fill your weaknesses. And then once you have that kind of a, because it's so important to get the right people. And I think right people, when you look at it, when you focus on it, that's your first thing as an entrepreneur, to go and find the right people. I found you, see, as a student, that time I was working in CNBC and started your story, and you helped me, right? And there was no this thing कि ये student है तो मैं नहीं इससे help लूंगी. You gave me insights on managing money than I could have had, right? So accepting that and then finding those people is going to be the most profound in your journey. Go attack. And you know, this is like spreading yourself. When you have to find people, spread yourself too thin. जो इंग्लिश में कहते हैं ना, डोंट स्प्रेड योरसेल्फ टू थिन. बट इसमें ये मास बॉम्बिंग है. जस्ट बॉम्ब एवरीवेयर बिकॉज यू नो कि आप ढूंढ क्या रहे हैं. And it's like dating, right? Go and date as many people, because then you will know, okay, this is the love of my life. And for that you really have to, in जैसे इंग्लिश में कहावत है ना, you have to kiss 1,000 frogs before you find your prince charming. So go and kiss 1,000 frogs, and that you will find on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, friend circle, school circle, college circle. ढूंढना, that obsession to find and meet and talk and be invested in the conversation जब किसी से करो, तो just try to understand what they are saying. Are they filling my gaps? or secure मन से कि, you know, so that, and honestly it's easy for me to say right now that secure मन से, when we are young, when we are starting, we have so many insecurity कि वो मेरा business ही ना उड़ा के ले जाए या ये ना हो जाए. You know, it's about any relationship. So that's why find someone. It's the most important process when you're looking for your co-founder. Don't worry if you know technical, any skill, all that you can. I always say skills can be learned, and otherwise skills can be bought. So if you don't have skills, hire them. If you don't have skills, learn it. But then go and attack as many people, meet them, talk to them, date them, and then figure out the best one for you, and spend time. Don't get into the marriage quickly, because a co-founder is also not keh mil liye, chalo aaj hamari setting hai, we had beer and we love each other and that's it. No, spend a lot of time. Once you find people whom you like, then you spend at least 6 months, I would say, having that investment. देखना कि वो बंदा आप में इंटरेस्टेड है या नहीं, वो इसमें अभी सोचता है, oh, it could be, but for what reason is he partnering or she partnering with you? Go deep, analyze, and be shameless about analyzing. And कोई interested है तो आपको 6-8 महीने में छोड़ेगा नहीं, तो वो जब equation हो जाएगा, and then once you've done all these things, then I think you'll see that once you have the right partner, the energy becomes phenomenal, and life becomes quite easy doing a startup. I would say go and look for the right people, because doing alone is okay, but increasingly entrepreneurship is a very, very lonely journey. And if anyone says otherwise, I think that's again the biggest BS you will be hearing, because it is so tough, it's so hard, it's so lonely, it's so humiliating, that you need to find someone to be with you. You need to surround yourself with positive, right kind of people. And getting it right in the first time is not easy. You need to keep on looking, and find someone who compliments you. Go woo them, engage with them 6 months, and then just sign a contract.
Awesome. So basically the mantra is to go and figure it out in the market, talk to as many people as possible. I'm sure someone will give you a break.
मैं तो कहती हूँ लिस्ट बना लो कि 1000 लोग से बात करूंगी, या 500 से करूंगी, या 300 से करूंगी, बट जंप नहीं करूंगी. एटलीस्ट 200 people or 100 people, because you will be shocked. Your search, what you are looking for, will keep getting refined. The more people you meet, you'll not even think actively that you are getting a master class in your head, but you will be, after meeting 100 people, such a different person, because you're understanding about what you want, about what the other person is. You will be completely on a tremendous learning process if you meet a lot of people, and it's a must to meet.
So that's also one of the questions, Shraddha, if you can just elaborate. Students are asking, if we meet so many people and if we start discussing our ideas with them, chances are very high that they will steal our ideas, and we are students, and they will go and implement it.
बेटे ऐसे आइडिया तो 12 साल से यही सुन रही हूँ. आइडिया स्टील करके आज तक कोई महान बन गया होता ना, तो सब हीरो बन गए होते. मतलब तो फिर आइडिया इस देश में सिर्फ वर्ल्ड ओवर, नॉट इन इंडिया, पीपल स्टील आइडियाज until it's a patented idea, जिसका पेटेंट आप you are a Bayer pharmaceutical and you have a patent on some coronavirus this thing, and you have developed, and people steal it, then it's a sad thing. But otherwise, I don't think so. I believe, and this is my belief, seeing thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs and successful people over the last 12 years, ideas don't matter. Ideas matter for its novelty. It's all in the execution. और मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ, वो दम रखो अपने अंदर कि आइडिया तुम्हारे 100 चोरी कर ले लोग, and steal करें, but they should वो रखो कि nobody can steal my hard work, my resilience, my innovativeness, my hustling power, and I will survive. Because when I started, hundreds of people started the same thing. मेरा क्या आइडिया, स्टोरी लिखना, मतलब सोचो, इससे सिंपल बकवास, तुम तो जो अभी तुम वहां नहीं बोलोगे, तुम तो कहोगे कितना बकवास आइडिया. ये आइडिया है, ये आइडिया है कि लोगों की स्टोरी लिखेंगी जिसकी स्टोरी कोई नहीं लिखता है. मतलब दिस लुक लाइक सम सोशल एनजीओ, बट ये मेरा आइडिया था, मैं 12 साल से किया है मैंने, एंड आई एम सो प्राउड टुडे ऑफ व्हाट आई हैव डन. सो डोंट थिंक दैट पीपल विल स्टील योर आइडिया. 90% ऑफ द पीपल आर लेजी. वी गिव देम इनफ वेटेज कि अरे वो इतने शाणे हैं कि तुम्हारा आइडियाज तो करके दूसरे दिन करेंगे. समझो, लोग बहुत निकम्मे और आलसी हैं, तो वो नहीं स्टील करेंगे. अगर स्टील करते तो तुमसे मिलते ही नहीं, तो वो खुद अपने आइडियाज सोचते रहते. तो 90% of people won't do, and the 10% who will do, beat them in their game. Because if you have the hustle, you have the passion, nobody, even if they steal your idea, it doesn't matter. This is my thinking.
So Kunal, how are you able to, I understand that you have a team of what, 15-18 people who are employed with you? Is that correct?
So 20 plus, we crossed 20 something.
Oh my God. So how did you go out and convince this 20 plus people that, come and work with me or work along with me, and I will take care of your salaries. They are your employees. So how did you get them as your co-workers, as your team members?
So I feel energy really transmits. And like something Shraddha said earlier, what I wanted to convey was enthusiasm and your energy should be your unfair advantage, not your idea. If your idea is your unfair advantage, you're playing a weak game. But if that energy that energy really transmits, and finding the right people, it's very often it's referral. Again, networking is the wild card of entrepreneurship. Business very classically is normally put forward as buying and selling in the conventional terms, the way it has evolved over time. It's just buying and selling. And that's where I feel networking has always been that wild card. And very simply just reaching out to more people, and then people reaching out to you, having quality conversations. And by the end of it, you either end up with great friends, great people who are working with you, or with great stuff in the pipeline.
So, that's good. And I also, and this is one question which I wanted to ask. And I remember you are saying that you are scared. I think, 11th or 12th class exam results are about to come. How come a CEO of 20 employees be scared of 12th or 11th exam results?
So,
यो ब्रो अंकुर, तो ये तो स्टूडेंट ही नहीं रहा, दिल तो बच्चा है जी. हम लोग अभी स्टूडेंट एग्जाम रिजल्ट बोलो, अभी डर लगना शुरू हो जाएगा. Trauma doesn't leave you.
Yeah. So is it with you, Kunal?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shraddha, so tell me, now the education has become so costly. Lot of people have taken loans, and so how can they can, without paying their EMIs and the societal pressure, even if they have an idea, how can they jump and start when they have so much debt to pay off? Like,
so, Ankur, I don't believe that you should. I think, you should be selfish, but you shouldn't be so selfish, because जो debt है और EMI है वो आपके parents लेते हैं, आप नहीं लेते हैं, right? It's not that you have gone and taken the loan, it's your parents. And I think your responsibility, I believe, and this is all my belief. Now you've asked me to speak, so I'm speaking. My belief is you owe it to your parents to return the EMI, to return the loan. They should not suffer because आपको एक, if you have fallen in love, that doesn't mean your parents have fallen in love, and they should also romance. So if you are going to enjoy your life and pursue your passion and do whatever, first repay the loan and debt. मैंने भी ये किया. मेरी mother ने SBI बैंक से मेरे MBA के लिए loan लिया था. I wanted to start immediately, but I'm just saying I didn't because I wanted. My mother was a school teacher. I really wanted to. उसके लिए बहुत बड़ा था वो loan लेना. So मैंने पहले काम किया so that I can repay the loan, and it's so important that you repay the loan. And that and see, if you have an idea, you have a temperament, 1-2 साल in the larger scheme of things नहीं matter करता है, 2-3 साल या जो भी, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, if you don't have the capital, I don't think so that's a restraint. While you are filling your loans or whatever, repaying your loan, you can always find a partner, find someone who can give you some money, someone, do something on the side to keep experimenting, because all this is an experiment, right? Like it's all ऐसा नहीं है कि jump कर गए और day one से हो गया. And startup more or less initially doesn't even make money, so you have to safeguard your interest, क्योंकि जब पैसा नहीं होता है ना तो बहुत stress होता है. Like at least I come from a very middle class family. I get very stressed. Like money is so important. Like if there's no money, like some people who can live without, ऐसा पैसा नहीं है. कॉलेज में वो चलता है that you don't have money, तो किसी से उधार ले लो, कैंटीन वाले पे भी उधार है, सब पे उधार है. But in real life कोई उधार नहीं देता है once you're out of college. It's very important to secure your finances, repay your loans, and otherwise find an angel investor, find people who love your idea and love you to invest in you, right? Or give you money. And I think that's the way to navigate. That would be my advice.
Sure. So Kunal, since you have started earning or started working since the age of 12, so I'm sure you have been able to cover the expenses, but how have you been able to manage studies, which is also an equally important part, which I've realized after speaking with you, and working on 3 companies, managing people? How have you been able to do that?
I think I'm still figuring it out. That's the only answer for this one. It's like no 2 days are the same, and I think that was the biggest thing. We follow such conventional schedules that this is a time, this is how it needs to go forward, and this. And I think every day is different, and still figuring out that balance part. Always in life, we have a different balance. Sometimes we have a balance between our work life, or this is more in terms of what I've heard from people, but balance in terms of our work life and our personal life, or in terms of our studies, and so at every point we have different challenges, and I think every day we have to figure it out separately. Then it's difficult to, I think, find one mantra which works always.
Awesome. So tell me, when was the first time you got rejection because you were young, and how did you deal with that? Or you get it too often?
So I remember with Kesta in the middle, when like in our early days wanted to partner up with as many people. I think from the start I've loved speaking. And so then when I can't remember when Jio and when we had unlimited mobile calls, I started calling up a lot of people. And what I used to do is I had a preteen voice. So I used to really toughen up my voice. And so I remember recently, I think there was I think I sounded a lot like Darth Vader.
Okay.
Hello. and toughening up my voice, but more recently there's some point there was this realization which came that it's okay to be authentic, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to just put it out there that so like that it's okay if people know I'm young, and it's okay if people judge me for me being young, and I think that's as much a part of me, because every advantage comes with a disadvantage. When you're 60, you have a lot of experience, but not as much energy. And when you're young, you're stocked up with energy, but not as much experience. So I think more recently, I just put it all out there, and it's okay for people to figure out as they go.
Shraddha, you are a.
Before you ask me the question, Kunal, I am very impressed with you at such a young age. You said a very important line. It is okay to be authentic, and it's okay to be vulnerable. If you've learned this, then you'll go very far, because the hardest thing, the toughest thing, trust me, is not the skills. It's the toughest thing for us, and especially us as Indians, is to be vulnerable. And बहुत लगती है क्योंकि हमने सिखाया जाता है कि don't show your emotions, be strong, be cool, be this. But if you've learned this now, hats off to you. You see how much of it will, how this will help you navigate and continue to do well. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, right. So my question to Shraddha is that you are a first generation entrepreneur, I believe.
One successful person whom we all respect or admire, who's not failed multiple times. You tell me. And those are the people with character, those are the people with muscle, those are the people we find attractive, we look up to, and we find them good. And that's why I think everyone should be very happy if they fail.
Yeah. So I agree. Embrace failures. And, it's important. It's important to go out and execute. Then only you will fail and learn. Pad ke, kitabe pad ke, you will not get that learning, which you have rightly said. Unless you are out in the market, you don't know. So, but once you are out in the market and you are young, how easy and how should one get your first customer? Because you are a young startup, you don't have any credibility. आज तो आप जाते हो, हर कोई आपके साथ कस्टमर बनना चाहता है, लेकिन पहला चेक आपको कोई कैसे दे और क्यों दे?
So I'll tell you 3-4 advice because students are there. So I'll take the liberty of giving this advice. पहला advice है कि आपको कौन का पहला customer कौन देगा. First customer, I think from day one, before you start your startup, write your own, start thinking what is going to be your story. तो आपकी story क्या है, आपकी pitch क्या है, आप हैं कौन, आप बेच क्या रहे हैं, आप अलग कैसे हैं. Like how do you stand out of the 5 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million people who are competing for the same thing. So you need to have a pitch perfect, amazing, differentiated story about your own self, what you're doing, what impact you are creating, and should be very authentic. Ye nahi ki Google se cut and paste karke suna rahe. So practice it and memorize it and be very passionate about it. Then, as I told you, meet people. whole day. Like today you can't because of COVID, but digitally meet people. And जो जिस एरिया में काम करना चाहते हो, जो कस्टमर चाहिए, एडवाइस के लिए लोगों से मिलो, ना कि पैसे मांगने के लिए, ये मेंटरशिप के लिए, एडवाइस के लिए, इनपुट्स के लिए, क्रिटिसिज्म के लिए. कैन यू क्रिटिक माय आइडिया, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट्स रॉन्ग विद माय आइडिया, वैसे मिलो और लिस्ट बना लो और सबको ज्ञान, जैसे मैं अभी ज्ञान दे रही हूँ, कितना मजा आ रहा है मुझे ज्ञान देने में, वैसे सबको ज्ञान देने. You just have to press the right buttons and get them to get the meetings lined up. Calendar भर दो अपना meeting से. Have your pitch in a very passionate, perfect, amazing way कि लोग को exciting लगे. कि मतलब don't be a boring movie, don't be an art movie जिसको कोई देख नहीं सके, और don't be, I would say, test match. Be 2020 and have a very perfect pitch, very perfect story. Get mentorship and advice, be input, उन पे homework करो, and get the input and keep polishing your pitch and your story. And then I think getting the first customer, you will see in this process only you'll start getting new customers. And I got my first customer, I still remember Sun Microsystems, jo ki got acquired by Oracle, was my first, Bakshish Datta, was my first customer when I was in Mumbai. And I met him in a coffee shop, a startup whose story I had done got me the meeting. And then that's how the story began. And I told him, if I do good job for you, will you recommend me to few more people? And he recommended me, gave me a testimonial that helped me to get Microsoft and other customers. So that's how you go about it.
Awesome. So Kunal, so how did you get your first customer? You also tried the same thing, reached out to 100 people and one of them said, yes, we will buy it.
I think I was lucky to find the correct mentors, and they helped me reach out to the correct people. So it was a lot of times refining, because Kesa always did not have a direct way. So we weren't asking people, we were taking commission, but we weren't asking people to pay something directly. So finding the first customer wasn't too difficult, because the keyword free today is very overused. But 3 years back, it wasn't as overused as it is today. Today, like, that's become the most common thing. Everything is free. Literally. But 3 years back, comparatively, I think using that keyword and again messaging more people, and then through the correct mentors and narrowing down on the people who you want to target, I think more on that way, because again, based on commission, wasn't directly charged, so it's comparatively easier. And it was B2C again.
Yeah. And I understand last year you got a acquisition request and you turned it down at the age of 15. Can you tell us how much? Is it possible for you to tell us how much you were offered?
A few $1 million.
A few $1 million, and you turned it down. Wow,
impressive. Very impressive.
Why? What went into your mind? Yeah, कौन कमा पाता है 15 crore at the age of, like, is as many crores? But why did you turn it down, Kunal?
So I think there was a lot that went behind there. It was a lot more about, so Kesa from the start has been about creating impact and seeing that the stakeholders who might have overtaken it wouldn't be the correct people and wouldn't be able to create the same impact, and turning it into something that would be making more profits than changing more lives was something that was not, and that was primarily one of the reasons. And second, I couldn't fit into the culture. I wouldn't want to name it directly, but I think culture has always been the one. So I read this one book that changed my life forever about culture. I never knew this word culture, and I never thought it was another important thing. And I read this book by Satya Nadella called Hit Refresh.
Yeah.
And that book really changed the way I looked at it. And a couple of that came in, and yeah, I by far it was probably one of those decisions which I think I'm going to, for the next some time, I'm still going to be, okay, was it right or wrong? But I saw myself, what am I going to do with that amount? And the first thing I could think of, I'm going to go and purchase a Lamborghini. and I think and apart from all that, primarily it was due to the culture, and I saw myself being able to still create more impact, bring more value, and maybe then find someone who will be able to hold up the same culture and the same impact. And I think that would be, even if it's for a comparatively lesser amount, but these two values come first for me.
My God, I can't. I think a lot of CEOs also can't think of the culture as an important and integral part when you're building the company, because most of the people will always consider as the monetary value as the end game. Shraddha, is okay. I believe that culture would be important. What else as young entrepreneur you should look out? Like, शायद मैं होता तो मैं बेच देता $2-3 million में कंपनी.
बेच देते हैं वे, तुम बेच भी देते, उसके बाद 2 दिन के लिए खुश होते, फिर दुखी भी होते.
Is it?
Yes. You know, I think all of us, we think that we give a lot of importance to money. Again, because of our upbringing, we think money is important. Money is, of course, important, and money is the benchmark of success. But you realize that money is the most relative thing in life is money. And it's and the more you keep and it's easy to say, but the more I've seen people with money, the less happier. And like, of course, it's not a generalized rule, but I just don't think so. The importance that we give as people to money, I don't think so. Money fulfills all the wants, because फॉर एग्जाम्पल मूवी अगर पीवीआर में देखने जा रहे हो तो वही 350 रुपए दोगे ना, ऐसा थोड़ी है 5 मिलियन आ जाएगा तो 2000 देना शुरू कर दोगे. मूवी तो मजा पीवीआर से अच्छा हॉल तो हो ही निकल नहीं रहा है. और यू नो यू सेम नेटफ्लिक्स देखोगे, सेम शॉपिंग, यू नो, एंड हाउ मच सेटिस्फैक्शन. सो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दैट इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज यंग पीपल, बिकॉज to say that how much importance do I give to money? Is it a need that basic needs are covered, but I enjoy the process and do something which I really maniacally, passionately want to do, or I really want to make money? But if you want to make money, then I don't think so entrepreneurship is the way, because 99% of entrepreneurs fail, and but they enjoy the ride, most of them. I enjoy the ride. I don't have money. 12 years. लोग सोचते हैं मैं झूठ बोलती हूँ कि मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है. मेरे पास नहीं है. तुम्हें पता है, मेरे तुमको भी लगता है मैं झूठ बोलती हूँ, but नहीं है. But I'm enjoying the ride. And so anyway, so that is. But coming back, for young startups, it's very important to, as Kunal also said in some way, some context, is extremely important to get mentors. Please get mentors. It's very, very important. Please make a set of people who are very different friends, who are different from you, give you honest, critical feedback. That is very, very important. Go find those people, because if you don't have those, it will be hard. Third is because the mentors and these different kinds of people will connect you to different people. And in a startup, when you're becoming an entrepreneur and starting as a student, developing a strong network, वो आगे चल के नहीं होता है. वो स्ट्रॉन्ग नेटवर्क बनाना शुरू से डे 0 से यू हैव टू डू दैट, एंड वो करना शुरू कर दो. नेटवर्क बनाना, लोगों से फ्रेंडशिप करना, मेंटर्स ढूंढना, एडवाइजर्स ढूंढना, बिकॉज यू विल नॉट नो. सी देयर सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स आई हैव हेल्प्ड who've gone to become entrepreneurs, or who are doing one startup, next startup, and I think I've helped them because I knew them as students. They chased me. You were one of them, but there were so many people who chased me, and then it became impossible. How do you tell a student no? So use your being a student as an advantage, right? मैं young हूँ, मैं 16 का हूँ, मैं 15 का हूँ. I need help, right? I need your guidance. So then you will, and then cultivate them, because then सारे answers, capital, marketing कैसे करना है, branding कैसे करना है, product market fit, मेरा idea चलेगा या नहीं. Get the mentors. That is it. Create a board of mentors. 3 to 5 people you should have who will be mentoring you. Then create a set of friends or good acquaintances who are different from you, completely different, bring different skill set and mindset, who can be your input givers, with whom you can debate. And creating all those things are very important. Could we undermine it? But I think these are the very, very important things to succeed.
Yeah. So, in fact, Shraddha, we have got so far we have received 125 questions. Out of them, I just did a math. Around 20% of the questions is only on one thing: how can we get funding? And since the time we have launched Hostel Fund, we have received around 15 pitch decks and so many queries. Everyone is saying, and this is what I just want you to clarify, that how important is the funding, or at what stage students, or for that matter, any young entrepreneur should go out and ask for a money, and why will a VC give, or an angel investor will give a funding?
Yeah, so one of the things is we all want funding. Now, I also wanted funding for so many years. देता नहीं है ना कोई, मतलब funding is एक बहुत है ना सत्य. dharti mein, you will experience the truth of
तो
life.
गीता नहीं है सत्य.
Yeah, raising money is that process. Asking for money is that process. So please have a very realistic evaluation. इसीलिए मैं कहा, go back to the basics. Do a SWOT analysis. What's my strength, weakness, opportunity, threat? They start with the basic because it's very important to have a मेरा idea तोप है, मगर get your critiques, get your mentors to give you advice, because what you think might be your unique idea and your capability, there might be 10 people who would have that same thing. And today, all the angel investors, people with money, are competing. Every day they get hundreds of applications and ideas, and that's why जो मैं basic बात बोल रही हूँ ना, ज्ञान नहीं दे रही हूँ, बेसिक बात कि अगर 100 लोगों का ईमेल मेरे मेल बॉक्स में आता है कि मुझे पैसे चाहिए 10 लाख या 20 लाख या 1 करोड़ या 5 करोड़, तो वो क्यों कोई देगा? Why will your CV of your story, your idea stand out? Why should it get funded? And that पहला अपना SWOT करके एनालाइज करो, कॉम्पिटिटर्स देखो मार्केट में, एनालाइज करो ये स्पेस अट्रैक्टिव या हॉट है या नहीं, बिकॉज समटाइम्स इन्वेस्टर्स एंड पीपल मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम गिव मनी कि ये स्पेस कैसे बढ़ेगा, ये स्पेस कैसे, अगर स्पेस फॉर एग्जांपल अभी ई कॉमर्स का आइडिया करोगे तो 90% ऐसा है कि नहीं होगा फंडिंग, अगर जो देखते हैं कि मैं हॉरिजॉन्टल ई कॉमर्स बनाऊंगा या बनाऊंगी, क्योंकि वो अमेजोन फ्लिपकार्ट मार्केट लीडर्स हैं, क्योंकि इन्वेस्ट वही लोग करेंगे जो अपना पैसा बढ़ते हुए देखेंगे, और दे हैव टू सी देयर मनी गो बाय मल्टीपल्स, नॉट कि बैंक में एफडी में डाल दिए या स्टॉक मार्केट में, इट हैज टू ग्रो वेरी फास्ट, एंड इफ दे आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन यू दे वांट द मनी टू ग्रो फास्ट, सो वो देन दे लुक की मार्केट, आप किस मार्केट में है, आप में ये दम है या नहीं, आपका बैकग्राउंड एक्सपीरियंस है या नहीं, हैव यू प्रूवन, तो सबसे बड़ा सत्य है कि आपका जो आइडिया है, कैन यू शो 1 or 2 कस्टमर्स हु आर बिलीविंग इन दिस एंड गोइंग टू पे यू, बिकॉज हम सब बोलते हैं पैसा देंगे, देता कोई नहीं है. So these are the checklists that you need to work on every day, and once you have all these sorted कि हाँ मेरे पास paying customer है, ये market जिसमें मैं business करने वाली हूँ is very good, big, people are investing, this market is going to grow, and third is that my story stands out differently because I bring that blah blah blah, and I have had understanding. For example, आज मैं हिंदी का अगर साइट खोलूं या हिंदी ऐप खोलूं या हिंदी ऑडियंस के लिए यूपी और बिहार के लिए कुछ खोलूं, तो I cannot be sitting out of Bangalore and saying, oh I'm an expert and I am starting today कि अरे मुझे तो बहुत ज्ञान है, या मुझे दिखाना होगा that I understand that market better than hundreds of people. And this is how I understand my market very well compared to 100 people or thousands of people. इसलिए मैं सबसे बड़ी हूँ या सबसे बेटर हूँ, मुझ में पैसे डालो. Second thing is वो मार्केट इतना बड़ा है जिसमें वो मार्केट ग्रो करेगा. Third thing is कि my passion should come out. All investors who put money, they have to, even sometimes your idea is not big enough, they see that you are crazy and mad and obsessed to go all out and give everything. And how do you show that? How do you manifest that? Those are the things that you have to. And last is that proof of concept. I'm a very big firm believer. मैंने देखा है लोग पैसा proof of concept पे देते हैं कि हाँ ये आइडिया ट्राई किया, कस्टमर्स आ सकते हैं, कस्टमर्स आ गए हैं, लोग यूज कर रहे हैं. Then once you have all those prototype where people, you have shown customer, paying customer, then so it's people get the money.
Yeah. So Kunal, I hear you are raising money for your third startup.
Oh, wow.
So कहाँ पर है process? How is it? Why are you raising money? Because ultimately फिर तुम्हें acquisition मिलेगा, तुम मना कर दोगे. Why?
So I'd ideally call it the second. So it's been an idea. It was technically the first thing I started, and I wasn't at the right point when I started it. I wasn't able to do it, and I wanted to give it one more try, because now I finally feel that so a lot of times we think that we are making something for the future, and we think that the future market is the best market, but the future is near and distant. And that's when it's called Alacris.com. And education as an industry is something which every single person talks about. And like, I think a million people will tell you that the education system is sick. Something needs to be done. And most people will end up, a few of them would start a tech company, and they'll end up doing the same thing which the sick education system was doing, because that is what makes money.
Okay.
And ideally taking a different approach there, stuff like, because today with the internet, we have a lot more power in our hands, and schooling doesn't need to be in the conventional way. So we worked on something called nano courses, 90-minute content. So the biggest problem with online courses today is that content is so long that no one finishes a 10-hour course simply because it has too much stuff that might not be required. And that's why we are shortening it down. We've been tying up with experts to create nano courses. And at the same time, we've been working on creating a remote schooling system in India and bringing up, getting non-academia, because in India, when you say non-academia, it simply means sports. Non-academics is only sports. And that is what we're trying to change. Getting non-academics, getting photography, getting game development, and building up remote schooling. We're trying to further up the idea due to the COVID crisis to build up a proper remote schooling system for anyone to use. Homeschooling as a system never worked in India. It came in 2017. I think that was when there was a lot of noise about homeschooling. And it never ended up actually becoming a more accepted system. And I used it to finish my 11th and 12th. And overall, building up remote schooling in a way that's more that's made for everyone and leveraging the internet, the greatest tool we have today, to make something more like internet schooling.
Awesome. Shraddha, there's one question for you, which says that, you have built a platform which is apparently the most loved one, the largest platform for entrepreneurship in India and being loved across the world. What do you think, what lies ahead for you as your story? And is that excited or you want to continue with what you are doing currently?
No, Ankur, I think as entrepreneurs, as people, we all want to constantly up the game, no? As they say, like I've done the same thing, I'll continue doing the same, but up the game. So we are going to be doing a lot of things. Education is a big priority. We're launching subscription product. July, we'll go live with it. Before Corona, the plan was to launch in Southeast Asian markets actively, but we couldn't do it. I had gone to Indonesia and China and all these places, but we will expand. The whole thing is to have a global footprint, go deeper in India, go deeper in languages, and come up with very strong entrepreneurship and leadership education vertical, and then master classes. So you'll see a lot of this is happening, but we've got a team in place and everything. So a lot of work happening in the last 2 months. The whole team has worked like crazy. So you will start seeing a lot of different things from us from July onwards.
Awesome. So I think we are just in last 2 minutes. So tell me, and there's one question also in that how can your story help student entrepreneurs?
How can your story help student entrepreneurs? One, so you do your hostel fund and you help, na?
I will help. So you will help me and I help them. So is that the answer?
The same direction. Okay. Yeah. And the other thing is that we are tying up with lots of colleges, and we will be coming up with all college programs. And of course, like I said, that, I would love to actively invest also because we have to support people. There's no other option, like for us to grow, for us to individually grow, as companies grow, as country grow. We need a lot more entrepreneurs, a lot more startups, and we all owe it, because where we have been helped by a lot of people. So I do want to, and you'll see a lot of programs, as I said, from July onwards with lots of colleges. We're signing a lot of contracts with colleges. Yeah.
Right. So Kunal, because I know when you said that, how will you be able to speak in front of Shraddha? So now there is a fan movement for you. What is one advice which you want to take from Shraddha? And one advice, before you take it from Shraddha, what is the one lesson which you want to share it with your fellow student entrepreneurs?
So there was one thing which is probably the most cliche thing which everyone says, and it took a lot of time to. I ignored it mostly because it sounded like everyone was saying it, and that was reading. I never gave it importance. I always thought every single person says. I never literally ever thought that it was of the same importance until I read this book called Bad Blood by John Carreyrou on the Theranos story. And after that, I think reading, everyone says to read, but that is one convention and one cliche thing which actually works. So I think that's something that took a lot of time for me to adapt to. And yeah, again, and further, just to add something, we'd earlier spoken about the acquisition and all, I think, and culture. So I think anytime when you're raising money, a lot of people end up not matching the culture. Even with the investors, they end up the same way. They end up getting into marriage without knowing how the other person thinks, and that way looking for the same culture, looking for the correct.
Talking about marriage, Kunal. Just continue.
Yeah. So and then having someone as a dream investor, and having that dream mentor, dream investor. For me, a couple of my dream mentors would be Shraddha, and then of course Mr. Tata. He's been someone I've looked up since, like, I think when I started entrepreneurship again. So and having those people and trying to adapt to what you can take from them. And then again, when you get into a deal with anyone, looking over to that same values, same with the investors, and building up that bond, because that bond needs to last. Now this feels weird, bond and marriage.
Yeah, it does for you, 16-year-old. What you're saying is a fact. It's a truth. Yes. What you're saying is very sensible. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think we should wrap it up. Thanks a lot, all attendees. Thanks a lot, Shraddha. I know it was very busy schedule for you. I really snatched.
Such a shameless pusher that one can't say no to you, Ankur, and we go back long time. I really respect you, and I'm very excited about what you're doing, because finally you put your neck out there and you're doing this. So I really want you to, so thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Shraddha. Thanks, Kunal.